And finally, my personal top tip that works the best for me is my name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel, Megan Chan Vlogs, where I talk about fitness, travel and dogs. Today I'm going to be talking about something called the travel blues. So 2 things to start with. I have a microphone here, so I'm hoping that the sound quality will be better. I'm recording like into my MacBook at the same time because I don't think this camera has like a external mic thing. And also the second thing is these ideas and opinions are purely my opinions. I have not read any papers regarding this. I've done some Googling to see if other people have ideas as well, but if I make any generalizations, then this is my opinion. People will have different opinions, and if you have any ideas in addition to what I say, please pop them in the comments below. So what I'm going to be talking about today is travel blues, what they are and how to get over them. So quite a lot of my channel is travel related. I work in a job where I largely work in a university, so that during the university holidays I can go traveling. So because of this, I am able to travel a lot, and when I get back I don't feel as excited about life because it is very ordinary and very routine, and I have to go to work. So based on my experience, I wanted to talk about ways that other people can get over these travel blues. Personally, from my point of view, one thing that I struggle with when I come back from a trip, so like a long trip sort of over a month, is just how like normal everyday life is. Because I feel like even if you haven't got loads of big adventures planned, if you're in a different city or different location every day, or you know, every 3 days, you just have adventure all the time. Every day is different, and then you come home and yes, I love my house, especially now it's not damp anymore, but it can be mundane. It can be mundane. So I think it's like not having the adventure in the everyday. And also I live in England, and England is small and it has a large population. For example, compared to Australia, Australia is massive, so you can fit pretty much Europe inside Australia, but they have 1/3 of the population of the UK. So when I've been traveling to other places, it feels a lot more spread out. Even in cities, it feels a lot more spread out. And it's just coming back to this, like, just lots of people being around, basically. I kind of live like out in the sticks, you know, that would get over it. But I want to be with places with connections, but sort of England as a whole feels a lot more crowded than most other places that I've travelled to. And also there's the reverse culture shock. So when you go to a country, especially if it's very different, speaks a different language to your home country, you can have the culture shock of not being able to speak the language, really different customs, different norms. But that also works for coming back. So you've got the reverse culture shock of coming back into those norms and people not doing things the way that you're used to when you're traveling. So I think that's also something that can factor into causing these travel blues when you get home after like a prolonged trip. So I'm going to talk through some ideas that I've had, some inspiration I've had from Google of ways to get over the travel blues. So first of all, allow yourself time to recover from whatever journey you've had, even if it's, you know, there's not much time difference, not much jet lag. Just allow yourself that time to physically recover. I always find that flying east is worse than flying west. I don't know why, but I always find that. So when I flew to Thailand, it was worse than flying back jet lag wise. So just allow yourself that time to recover. Also, I would say make plans to meet other people as well, so that you're not on your own. Hopefully when you come back home, you have people to see, you have friends, you have family. So I would say alongside that recovery from whatever journey you've had coming home, also make plans to meet other people so that you've got some structure to your day, and so you're not on your own. And then appreciate the things that you have at home. So I'm very lucky in that I have my own house, and it's so lovely to come back somewhere that I know like is my own, and like I've made it my own. Everything largely is blue, although my travel room upstairs is green, which is controversial, but it's just nice that I've got it like how I want it. And it's just appreciating those little things, like being able to have a slow morning, not being disrupted by anything, and like enjoying your favorite like coffee blend from your coffee machine, or being able to cook meals, because like yes, in hostels loads of them have kitchens, things, but it's just having those like spices and seasonings and everything that you just like have to hand in your own kitchen, I think is really helpful. Also, appreciate how easy life can be in a country that you've grown up in. And I'm not saying, you know, oh, it's easy, you're back home now. What I'm saying is you understand the norms, you understand the society that you grew up in. And, you know, if you're in your hometown, you don't have to think, right, how do I get from A to B? Like, how do I do this? I personally get in my car that's outside, hopefully if the battery isn't flat from it 4 months of not being used, but I can just like get in my car and go. Or I know like which buses to get or which trains to get, or I know which supermarkets are near me and what is likely to have the stuff that I want. So like just appreciate how easy it is compared to like having to use your brain every single minute of the day when you're out traveling. Also, go back and visit your favorite places. So there's a cafe in Cottingham near me called Blondes, and it's a completely vegan cafe, and the people in there are absolutely lovely, and I know that I can just eat anything in there because I'm dairy free. You know, thinking about it being hard when I'm traveling, being like, I can't have dairy, especially if I'm in a country where they don't speak English. I'm either having to try and converse in a language that I'm not too familiar with, or trying to use like Google Translate on the Google Lens. Go back and like make a list of the favorite places that you have. So like eateries, favorite walks, favorite people to meet. Think about those sorts of things that you took for granted before, but that you missed when you were traveling. And then also look for the casual magic in things. So I follow Unjaded Jade on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, and she has this thing called casual magic where you just like notice the magic in the everyday. So yes, you might not be going to explore a new place each day, but think about the casual magic in the place that you're in. So something as simple as like going outside and seeing a rainbow, or at the moment being in England and it not raining. That's quite magical at the moment. So looking out and having gratitude for those everyday sort of casual magic moments. And then next is trying to set up some sort of routine for yourself. So this doesn't mean, you know, like time blocking hour by hour, but sort of getting into a routine so that you're not staying up really late, then waking up really late and missing the day, but sort of putting some structure back in your life, because structure can be lost when you're traveling, because if you're not on set tours or you've got set places to be, a lot of the time can be your own. Thinking about where you can put the structure in. So for example, I'm a member of many running clubs now, so that if I've got a day off from work, that gives structure to my day. So for example, today I was out running with Fit Mums this morning, and it just is like, right, you need to wake up at this time, you need to have breakfast at this time, and then because you need to be out and doing these things, that personally really helps me. I like to have structure in my day, and I like to have like to-do lists to tick off as well, so that personally really helps me. Also, along with going out and doing things, try and like be a tourist in your own city, in your own town. Look up what there is to do for tourists in your area, and you might find things to do, places to see, walks to do that you've not noticed before. That's a thing that I like doing, and like looking on Facebook pages for events in your region or any new eateries, so that you can experience something new with not actually having to like leave your surrounding area. Another thing I like to do is to make memories of my trip. So since my travels in 2017, I've been making videos, and they're not very popular on YouTube. However, it's just really nice to look back on the videos, and it's things that you would have forgotten that happened, and it's just really nice to look back, see those memories, and like feel like the feelings that you had. Also, I really like to travel journal, so I did my first like backpacking trip in spring 2017 with one of my friends who went interrailing. I had a broken wrist at the time, would not recommend. And I made like a travel journal, and it's so nice now to look back on those things as well. So sticking in like brochures, town maps, writing a bit about the day. It's so valuable to look back on, and I really, really like treasure those travel journals. And then if you're missing traveling, think about what it was in traveling that you really enjoyed. So was it the spontaneity? If so, where can you put spontaneity in your life? Was it, oh, actually I did a lot more walking because I was going around and seeing things? Like, can you do that in your everyday life? What is it about traveling that you love, and can you put that into your everyday life? And if so, how can you do that? But then if it's prolonged, like if you've got like prolonged sadness, you've got prolonged anxiety, like that is not normal, and it's really good if you can talk to someone professional. So reach out to your GP, your local mental health services, and see if there's anyone that you can talk to about it if you're not able to move on with your life and you're stuck in this post-travel blues, because you still want to enjoy your life. You want to make a life that you don't feel you need to escape from. And if you don't have that and you're feeling trapped, I think it is important to talk to a professional about that. And finally, my personal top tip that works the best for me is just booking another trip, having something to look forward to. Where can I go next? What can I do next? It doesn't have to be, you know, some extravagant trip to the other side of the world, although that is what I planned when I got back from Australia. Anyway, but just having something to look forward to, having something to plan. If it's feasible, try and do that. You know, money-wise, annual leave-wise, just have something to look forward to, have a new adventure to go on. Think, could I do something more long-term? Is it feasible for me to work abroad for a year? What, you know, if there's any sort of work away sort of opportunities as well, just have a look. See what's out there. This is coming from a person who is young-ish. It depends what perspective you got. Youngish. I can still get in the under 35 hostel rooms. I'm not married, I don't have kids. I don't really have any responsibility background outside of work. So yeah, I hope that helped. Don't know if it did. Oh, I also find exercising really helpful, but that's, you know, that's not for everyone. I just exercise a lot, so... And I don't exercise as much when I travel, and I come back having lost all my fitness that I've gained leading up to the travelling. So if you have any tips or ideas that I've not mentioned, drop them in the comments box below, and I will see you in the next one.